gotten kits from us. We are out and about at the school open house nights and back to school nights. And thank you, Amanda, because I completely forgot about that.
Wasn't me.
Oh, someone got it for me. Thank you. But we are out at those open house and school back to school nights. We're also setting up information/explore Girl Scout nights in your communities. We have a sign up genius, which I will post in the chat here in a little bit for everyone. So you can see where we are, where we have permission to be for our information nights, for our back to school nights. And if you're available to help on them, you can go ahead and put your information right in the sign up genius, because we will really appreciate it. We are all over. We're doing and getting as many places as we possibly can. We are a small but mighty recruitment team of 3 and moving right along. We also know that we don't know everything, and that you on the ground hear what's going on in your communities a lot faster many times than what we do. So if there's an event or something in your community going on that you're going to be at, or that you think we need to know about, please use this jot form here to let us know. You can also use this to request recruitment materials, request fill your troop flyers, anything along those lines that you might need or that you think we need to know, so that we can help reach everywhere we need to be and grow Girl Scouts for this new year coming up. I'll put both of those into the chat for everyone so we can see those. And at this point, I am going to turn it over to Amanda Powell.
Thanks, Amanda. Next slide, please. So I'm just going to chat for really quick here about our new leader resources. So we have Anne Marie and Michelle, who are our staff that are on the volunteer support team that support new leaders. They do emails, they do phone calls, they do text messages, just to touch base with the new leaders on a regular basis, make sure everybody has what they need. And they're also implementing a series of new leader webinars that are geared towards making sure you can go through some topics that we know are super helpful as you get started on your leadership journey. So if you want to register for one of these, you're more than welcome to. We have coming up on the 15th, which is just coming up soon, for the website review. So they're going to walk through where to find the troop packet, how to find different volunteer resources, how to find everything that you could possibly need on our website to make sure you have a successful leadership year. Next week, they're going to do some volunteer toolkit review. The volunteer toolkit, or the VTK, can help you plan out your full Girl Scout year. You can go as high level as just putting out the meetings that you're going to have each week or every other week, or you can plan your meeting down to 5-minute increments. It's fantastic. I can't say enough about how helpful it is to plan out your Girl Scout year and take some of the stress off of your plate in terms of having it help you plan. The next one we have planned right now is in October, and that's on volunteer essentials and safety activity checkpoints. SAC is safety activity checkpoints. The volunteer essentials is a kind of web page within a web page on our troop packet, and it has lots of that great Girl Scout 101 information that you're going to need as you get started or as you continue your leadership journey. And the safety activity checkpoints is going to walk you through point by point how to do every possible activity you could want to do from your girls, which could range from going to a trampoline park, to doing outdoor adventure, to planning a car trip down to an amusement park. So it's going to answer every question you have about how to plan that out. So they'll be doing that in October, but as always, anytime you have questions, we're happy to chat with you. Give us a call, ask for volunteer support. We're here to answer your questions. Next one, please. And just going to talk a little bit. So we've talked a little bit about our support for new leaders, and now we're going to think a little bit about returning to our troops. So as we get geared up for the new Girl Scout year, there's just some things you want to make sure that we're keeping in mind. So you want to make sure that you signed your position description if you haven't yet, and just make sure you note that you only need to do that once per position. So if you've been a troop leader for 3 years and you signed your position description when you started, you don't need to sign it again. But if you haven't had a chance to sign it, please make sure to go ahead and take care of that. You can find the position description on our website right in the troop packet. And our website again is girlscoutsgwm.org. Please make sure to complete and send in the annual Troop bank account information form by 10/31. You can also find that in our Troop packet. You're going to hear me say that a lot because we keep lots of really good stuff in there. So you're going to go to girlscoutsgwm.org, go over the volunteer tab, click Troop packet, and you're going to find it right in there. And it's going to say annual Troop bank account information form. Make sure that you secure your meeting location. That could be anything depending on where you're meeting, from just calling them to remind them that you want to be meeting there, to filling out another contract for the new year. They may need a certificate of insurance from you. If you do need that, again, just call into council. We can help get set up for you. You want to make sure to communicate plans at families and share those startup plans with them. So just making sure you're reaching out, reminding them that you're starting up soon, let them know that you're excited to welcome them back for another great year of Girl Scouting. You want to make sure that all members are renewed for 10/1 so that they can keep their spot in the troop. I see there's lots of questions popping up down in the bottom. I'll make sure I come through and type those responses to you after. So to make sure that all members are renewed for 10/1 so they can maintain their spot in the troop. And it's also really helpful to plan a parent guardian meeting for when you're starting off your troop year. That gives you an opportunity to have them sign out those health forms and permission slips for all participating members, girls and adults. So volunteers and girls need to have health forms, just permission slips for girls. And it lets you kind of get a sense of what you want to plan for the year, and really encourage those family members to step up and help you out. Even if they only have 5 minutes, it's a great time to chat with them and see if they can help out, you know, make a snap calendar. Did someone have a question? I heard a wait a minute. Okay. So even if they only have like 5 minutes to help to, you know, contribute to your meetings, they can help with a calendar. They can help you with some research, just making sure you can pull in as much help as you can. Finally, you want to make sure that you're checking your troop bank account on at least a monthly basis. We want to make sure that we're being good stewards of the girls' funds. And as we know, there's lots of fraud happening out there in the world right now, with lots of like weird Amazon things happening and people claiming to be things that they aren't. So we just want to make sure that we can be good stewards of our girls' funds. Check that on a monthly basis. If you see something that looks off on your account, touch base with your co-leader, touch base with your community support, notify your bank, and then make sure someone notifies us at council so we can help support you as well. Next slide, please. So if you're unsure of how to run a parent guardian meeting, the great news is that it's right there on the volunteer toolkit. So Daisies, Brownies, and Juniors have a first meeting built right in there. And it can walk you through kind of the top to bottom of how to run that first parent meeting. And it also talks about how to introduce the girls to each other, gives you some first easy activities to do. It's a nice way to kind of introduce yourselves and girls to Girl Scouting. GS Learn also has some great trainings in there, which ranges from a Successful Leader Learning series that is required for new leaders, but not for our experienced leaders. But it's still super helpful if you wanted to take a look at it as you're gearing yourself back up and getting refreshed for the new Girl Scout year. We also have grade level essentials, and there's some timely fall product program tips in there. I believe there's a few in there right now, and more will be uploaded as we get into the fall product season. Next slide, please. And as we're gearing up for New Girl Scout year, we want to remember to keep an eye on our troop catalog listing. All troops that are currently unlisted in the troop catalog will be relisted on October 1st. If you want to request keeping your troop unlisted for an additional limited period of time, please be sure to reach out to us and volunteer support before 10/1, and so we can kind of go through that and make some plans with you. Any girls that are added after the troop opens on 10/1 will not be removed from the troop. Next slide, please. And finally, some really exciting information that we have. We have some great renewal incentives for those girls that haven't had a chance to renew yet. Some incentives are just for the girl and some will benefit the whole troop. So encouraging those last girls to make sure they renew for 10-1 is a great way to get some extra incentives. So if they renew by this Friday, they have a chance to win free registration for the Girl Expo. 10 Girl Scouts will be selected to attend with a friend from Girl Scouting or someone new to Girl Scouting. If they renew by Friday the 23rd, they have a chance to win a tie-dye party for their troop. 3 Girl Scouts will be selected and each of their troops will enjoy a fun tie-dye party at a troop meeting of their choice. And if they renew by Friday the 30th, oops, I can't see my line there, hold on. They have a chance to win a Girl Expo day for their troop, which means the troop will get tickets to go to the Girl Expo. They'll get a bag, an overnight at Camp Kettleford, transportation from Kettleford to the expo and back. And we'll work with the winning troop to plan a day full of their ideas, which keeping safety and budget in mind. And 1 girl will be selected for this incentive. Okay, next slide, please. I think I have one more. I might not have one more. I do have one more. And then just a reminder, new leaders right now can get their membership free for 1 year. We'll reimburse new leaders that are signing up to start a new Girl Scout troop. It can be for any level and they'll have their membership paid for us for 1 year. So that's for the My 23 year. And those newly forming troops will also get $25 in startup funds. We're very excited for that. Next slide, please. I think that's my last one though.
That is Amanda. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'll look at the chat now because I see there was a bunch going back and forth.
Yeah, I was going to say, Amanda, before we move on to the next topic, there's some really great questions in there. And I think we have a lot of brand new troop leaders on the call who were kind of taking in everything that you said. And a lot of it was probably like, oh, what's going on? So please, if you're a new leader, we will have a breakout group at the end when we'll be able to dive much deeper into a lot of these topics so that we can kind of answer your questions at a little bit slower of a pace. So I know now it probably seems like we're going through a lot of topics pretty quickly, but please stay on to the end and we can dive into a little bit deeper. Amanda will be in that group and several of our other staff so we can make sure that you understand all the terms and what all that different information meant. So, and keep asking the questions. We'll get to them all.
You also had a hand up, Amanda, and if Galaxy 3 has put their hand down, so I don't know if if the question's been answered or if she wants to re-hold up her hand, but I do know you had a hand up for most of your presentation.
Thank you. I couldn't see it. I had everything minimized so I could see it myself.
No, that's understandable when you're presenting. And so I just wanted to bring it, raise the question.
And I see a quick question that I was just going to answer out loud real quick. So as far as the refunded membership fee for the new troops, we'll be pulling a report at the end of the incentive. And from that report, everyone who is a new troop with 2 new leaders on there and the troop is fully formed, I'll go ahead and automatically start sending out those reimbursements and those startup funds. So next, I believe we are going to go over to our fall product team.
Hi, everyone. My name is Lauren McFarland. I am a product program specialist at Council. I am super excited to bring you guys the new fall product program for this year. Before I get started on some of the details, I do have a really exciting announcement. Both M2 Media and Ashton Farms are going to be vendors at our Girl Expo in October. So if you haven't gotten a chance to meet Todd or Doug, wander over to their tables. They're going to have some activities for your girls. And then of course the free samples that everyone loves. So if you're going to Girl Expo, go ahead and check them out. And we can get started with the slides, Amanda. All right, so if you're new to the fall product program, you might be wondering what your troop can get out of the program. The program itself is a learning experience for all girls. It gives your troop the opportunity to earn money to help them with their troop year, as well as adventures like travel and camp. The troops use the money they earn to give back to their community through their troop activities. And then the entire program helps fund the Girl Scout experience. And we can do the next slide. There's a few different ways that girls can participate in the fall program. They can sell in person with their nut and candy card. The girls can sell online, and they can sell girl delivered items, and they can take credit cards online. They can also sell online and have all of their items shipped directly to their customers. And then there is a magazine aspect of the program. All of those magazine sales are online. Next slide, please. All right, so these are the important dates for the sale. The program's going to start in just about 3 weeks on October 1st. That's the day that your girls are going to receive access to M2 so that they can set up their online sales. On October 24th, that's going to be the last day for your parents and your troops to enter your in-person orders online. October 25th is the last day the service units have to enter any last-minute orders in. On October 26th, you're going to see all of your online orders close, as well as the magazines. And then on November 12th, your service units will receive all of your in-person orders and your girl delivered orders right to your service unit. Next slide, please. So you might be wondering what the girls are going to be selling. This is the order card for this fall. As you can see, there are a ton of really fun items on there. We also have featured on the right side the top selling items for 2021. So you can kind of get a feel of what did best last year for sales. Some of these items you might only see on your online store. So just keep in mind, not all of those items will be on your order card, but your customers can go online to order them. There's a few changes to the fall product lineup. We do have 2 new tins this year. We have the Girl Scout collectible tin, as well as the mitten tin. And we are replacing those caramel apples, if you remember those from last year, with chocolate covered almonds. So you will see that change on your order card. Next slide, please. Troop proceeds. So these are the proceeds your troop will get for every item that you sell. You're going to get $3 for your troop for every magazine subscription that you sell. You're going to get $2 for every tin. That's both the mitten tin and the collectible tin. And then $1 for each nut and candy item sold either online or in person. Next slide, please. These are all the fun rewards we have this year. It's important to note that in M2, the girls can go in and they can select which rewards they want to earn. So in the beginning of the sale, I usually suggest that you sit down with your girls, you set out your goals, and then you select which rewards they want to earn. The M2 system will remind them that they're getting closer to their goals. And it's just a fun way for them to track what they're selling and how quickly they're getting to their goal. You can see at $175, we have a really cute keychain. At $350 in sales, they're going to get the bracelet with this seal charm and necklace set. At $325 in sales plus 15 emails sent, they're going to get their custom patch. And then at $500 in sales, they can choose between the plush or the journal set. And then at $750 in sales, they can choose between their large plus or the LED strip lights. Keep in mind, girls do have the opportunity to opt out, and that's for all age levels with the fall product program. You want to make sure you make that decision before October 24th in the system. We can move to the next slide. So you might be asking, how do I get started in this? Like I said, the program starts on October 1st. If you're a registered volunteer for 2023, you're going to receive an email with access to your M2 account on September 23rd. Your girls will then receive their information on October 1st. They can start selling online and they can start selling with their order card. And they can start sharing their site with their friends and family on that day too. Oops, can we go back one more slide? That's okay if we can't. I just wanted to mention that we do have a new leader training for fall product. It's going to be tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. You can sign up for that through the website. And then we have a open house scheduled for October 13th. If you find that you have any questions throughout the program, the product program team will be on that call. It will be kind of like a pop-in just to ask any basic questions that have come up throughout your sale. And we can move on to the next one now. This is a really fun part of the program. I know that the girls really enjoy it. They can make a custom avatar for the program. In fact, the website will have them create this as soon as they log in. They can make the avatar look like them. They can go in and out throughout the program and change the avatar's outfits. They can also put in their voice and have the avatar speak to their customers when they look at their website. And I know the customers really like it. It's super cute. So definitely encourage your girls to do the voice. Next slide, please. And if we have any questions, I know Robin's been manning the chat, but if there's anything else, you can go ahead. I believe Robin popped the link for our training tomorrow in the chat. If anyone would like to sign up for that, I hope we can see you tomorrow night.
Thank you, Lauren. It looks like we've got everyone's questions answered for right now, and we'll have a breakout room for fall product tonight also, so they can answer any questions that you have there. And I believe the next one is going to be on to our advancement update with Kelly Brown.
Yes, thank you, Amanda. Thank you guys all for being here. So as Amanda mentioned, so I am Kelly Brown. I've met some of you over the course of this year and had the chance to chat with some of you this weekend up at Farnsworth. I am the director of the fund development team. We're a mighty team of 3. We have a data person who manages all of our data. And then we have a newly hired donor relations specialist. So next slide, Amanda. So this is actually a definition, and I know we have a lot of new volunteers on this call, and I do apologize for anyone that has sort of heard this presentation a few months ago. But this is I like this definition of what fund development is. So for our council, for Girl Scouts, separate from the cookie program, separate from retail, separate from product sales, fund development is the fundraising side of the council. So our team, we work towards the growth of our resources via fundraising initiatives with individual donors, our corporate partners, grant and foundational giving, civic groups, and planned giving. Fund development stresses the importance of building and stewarding our relationships. So as volunteers, I would encourage all of you to think of who you know and how we as a council can partner with them. So a spouse, a family member, a neighbor, someone in your community, if they work at a company, an organization, if they have a connection to Girl Scouts, please feel free to reach out, speak to them directly about your connection to Girl Scouts, or feel free to put them in touch with me. So I'm open to talking to anyone about the benefits of giving to the council and what that means to the girls in New Hampshire and Vermont. Next slide, Amanda. So this is just a broad overview of our goals and where we are, our progress to goals through the end of July. So this is our public support, as I just mentioned, individual giving, corporate giving, civic, foundation, and planned giving. So we have exceeded all of our goals that were set for us this year, except for our corporate giving. So that is a gap that we do have, and that will be a priority for us moving forward into FY23. Overall, we are 141% to our overall goal, which is really key to us offering the financial support to those girls that really need it, and the programming and benefits to the girls in our council. We do have an annual board appeal. So you'll see here we have 92% participation of our board members. We're so grateful and so fortunate for a very engaged board who make gifts throughout the course of the year. We also have a staff appeal where we encourage all of the staff at the council to make a gift, whether it's a monetary gift, an in-kind gift. Some make outright gifts throughout the course of the year. Others do a payroll deduction. So we strive for 100% participation, and that is a goal that we're hoping to achieve in FY23. And just another quick highlight, part of what we do is reaching out to foundations and corporations that offer grant support. So since the start of our fiscal year, October 1st, we have applied for 35 grants. Of those grant applications, it amounted to about 271,000 that we applied for. And of those applications, we have received a little over 185,000. So we're really hoping to grow that number in FY23. And next slide. And this, many of you have seen this slide before, but for so many of our newer volunteers, this is how we as a council fundraise. So as mentioned, we have our individual donors that we make regular outreach and stewardship. We work closely with our board, asking them to share their network and make connections, putting us in touch with people that they may know, trying to widen our corporate connections, our corporate base. We do several annual appeals, which many of you are on that mailing list. So you see a lot of our appeals that come in your mailbox or come into your inbox electronically. Our foundation and grant applications, as mentioned, online giving. For the majority of our giving where we post, where we do a social post, there's usually a link that you can just click and make a gift right there. Matching gifts, I would encourage all of you to ask where you work, or a family member or a spouse, if your company has a matching gift program. It's super easy. Any HR personnel can let you know if there is a matching gift program, and your $25 gift can turn into a $50 gift to the council. And then, as many of you know, we have our Julia Gordon Low Society, which is our planned giving, really asking people to think about the legacy that they want to leave, leaving a portion of their estate to the society, to the council. We were very fortunate. We had a longstanding member that passed a few years ago, and bequeathed to us a very large gift from her estate. So it doesn't matter how large, how small, anything that's meaningful to you. And two other things that are not listed on here is we are in the very early planning stages of 2 in-person events. The first event will be in April of 2023, and that will be a family community event, some type of a fun run or 5K. So look for information about that, which will be coming. And then we're also in the even earlier planning stages of doing an adult type reception in October of 2023. So some type of maybe like a cookies and cocktails, or a cookie sampling or a wine tasting. So that will be an adult reception that will take place next fall. And I think that's actually it. Is there another slide, Amanda?
That is actually the last of
Yep.
yours, Kelly.
Yeah, so anyone have any questions, feel free to reach out to me directly. You can always reach out through customer care and they'll put you in touch with me. Anyone that you know that you think would serve them well to have a conversation about making a gift, certainly reach out and let me know. So I thank you all.
Thank you, Kelly. And I believe we're going to launch a real quick poll, and here it comes. So let us know how many years you've been a leader.
All right, I'm going to give it 10 more seconds. Looks like we're at 50 participants so far, but I know there's some on the call who are not volunteers. So, all right, I'm going to end the poll now. And all right, so about 30% first year leaders, good number of second years, and then some third and fourth, and the rest several years on from that. So great, that's fantastic. That helps us as we're answering questions and seeing who's participating. So welcome, we're excited to have you all.
Awesome, that is great. So I have, let's see who we have next tonight. Tonight, now we have, I believe, Christine Airy with some council event updates.
Thanks, Amanda. Can you go to the next slide, please? All right, our Girl Expo. We've been talking about the Girl Expo for a couple of months now. We're very excited that we're about 5 weeks out. So we just want to make sure that everybody is aware of this great event that we have coming up. It's going to be on October 16th. That's a Sunday from 10 to 4 at the New Hampshire Sportsplex in Bedford. This is a great event for families. It's open to the public. You do not have to be a Girl Scout. If you know any families in your community that have been thinking about wanting to get involved with Girl Scouts, this would be a great opportunity for them to come and see what we have to offer. Lots of hands-on exhibits for the girls or the children to participate in. We'll have main stage performances with a full show throughout the day. There'll be raffles and lots of other stuff for the girls to participate in. We would look for your help with helping us spread the word in your communities. We have this flyer that we've created. We'd be happy to share it with you or to get you some printed copies if you had events coming up in your area that you would want to spread the word. And I think one of the greatest things about this event is the fact that you pay your $5 to get the ticket, but then there's very little you're paying for once you're inside the event. You can do the archery range. There's no cost for that. People can try the climbing tower. There's no cost for that. And there are a few small things that will have some additional cost. There's face painting that will be available. And we have some food trucks coming in. And so the food would cost. But otherwise, it's really just a great, fun day for families, for your troop, for anybody to come and check out. You could choose to come for the whole day. You could choose to come for a few hours.
And I think everyone on this call is going to want to hear this news. If you saw in the media that we have a new Girl Scout cookie coming out this winter, we will have samples of the Raspberry Rally at the Girl Expo. So you want to make sure to come so that you can taste the new cookie and experience it. See, now Flask's going to buy her ticket. She's going to come taste that Raspberry Rally. Great. I think Tara Tilton, who is on the call, one of our troop leaders, has offered to speak for just a minute or two about why her troop is so excited to participate. So Tara, if you want to unmute and.
Well, thanks for asking me. We love the expo. We have always gone as a troop, and we bring siblings and the parents come, and we often pack a picnic lunch and eat it right there on the fake turf. and we go out afterwards, but we spend the whole day there because there is that much to do. You have the climbing wall, there's usually airsoft rifles and archery, and then you have little breakout sessions where the girls can do steps or earn badges. And there's lots of free swag, and there's a Girl Scout store, which is big because over on this side of the state, we don't get to come to the store as much. So the girls get to shop, the Girl Scout shop there, and we always have just a really good time.
Great.
The girls get to meet new girls, and the adults get to meet they get to network. So you get to meet new organizations and plan fun events outside of the expo too.
Wonderful. Yes. So we'll have over 75 exhibitors. So there's a lot of presenters who are there who do some programs with Girl Scouting and others who are not. You can see some of our sponsors listed there. The Cog Railway will be there. As you mentioned, Little Brownie, Casella, the Elliott, WZID will be broadcasting live in the morning. So you can come and maybe get the chance to be on the radio as well as you experience everything the day has to offer. Someone asked if you have to bring swaps. No, you do not have to. Some people have in the past, so if you would like to, you certainly can. But I would say it's a small group that brings swaps. But hey, there will be lots of vendors giving out things, so they can always swap their swaps with the vendors. Like I know Little Brownie, we already received many cases of reusable straws that they'll be giving out at their booth. So it should be a lot of fun.
Is Christina LaChaga coming? Because I know some of my girls are hoping.
They're big fans. Christina will not be at this year's expo, but we're hoping she'll be back in the future.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Christina now works for Girl Scouts USA Overseas. So
Well, if you follow her Facebook page, you kind of know where she is because she posts a lot. It's great.
she does.
She does indeed. There's a few questions about Vermont. We are hoping to be back there in the next few years. So prior to the pandemic, we were alternating. So like every other year, we had an expo in the Manchester area and then up in the Burlington area. So we are hoping to be back there in a few years. It's just a question of finding a venue that works well for the event. Great.
Awesome.
Mhm.
I am so excited. I love the expo. So I believe that's all of our presenters for the night.